Hey guys, welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Samanvita and I make a lot of health and wellness content. Today I'm going to be taking you through my spring break SoCal trip. So please grab a snack and enjoy the video, and if you end up liking this video, please make sure to subscribe and comment down below. So if you've been watching some of my other videos, you know that I'm a senior, and with being a senior comes with the workload of applying to colleges. And at my school, most people apply to a ton of schools, and that's exactly what I did too. I applied to as many schools as I could without burning myself out. And this meant that I even applied to schools I wouldn't want to go to, like Berkeley. I just told myself I wouldn't get in, but I might as well try. Yeah, I was right, I didn't get in, but I guess looking back, I probably would have made my college list with more attention to where I wanted to go, and not just the prestige and acceptance rate. Yes, I could have just filled my list with a ton of IVs I probably didn't want to go to anyways, but I didn't because I told myself at the start that I wanted to stay in-state. I wish I told myself that wherever I go, it will be meant to be. This time is pretty stressful for seniors because they're deciding where they want to be next year. For me at least, I was extremely worried that I wouldn't be able to go to a UC like my parents had hoped for me. And I felt bad as well. At the time, I had wished that I didn't get rejected from these really nice universities. Yes, I had been getting offers all throughout winter, but I didn't feel like it was an ideal fit for me. See, when you're applying, you try your best to be the perfect student for that school in your essay. But then when you finally decide on which one is for you, you have to decide which college fits your needs and expectations. The college process in America is not easy. Every aspect of it, from brainstorming for your Common App to getting back your decision, it's emotional and it's time consuming. But I think the one thing that really helped me outside of college counseling services was that I knew myself. Reflecting was part of my daily routine. These colleges constantly ask you to reflect upon your high school experiences, and I found that easier because I love reflecting. But what was hard for me was presenting that information in a way that was sympathetic to the audience, which were admission counselors. So yeah, 1 year ago when this whole process had started, there were two colleges I had really wanted to go to. And unfortunately for me, they were placed on high reach, meaning that it was a more selective college and that it would be harder for me to get into. So then, after crying about it, feeling unworthy, I realized that there's nothing I can really do about it, but make sure my senior year was immaculate. So the first thing I did was detach myself from these colleges. And yeah, I guess it just happened more naturally, but it was also because the more I got into the college process, the less hope I had. And I was getting into my safety, so I still had options. But once it was March, which was such a turning point for me, everything changed. And it was because of the UCs. If you live in California, going to UC is ideal because the education you receive is really good and the tuition is lower for in-state students. So yeah, in my mind, I was thinking I would go to San Diego if I got in, but I didn't, and that was really upsetting. I remember the day when 3 of the UCs came out, and it was 3 for 3 for me, as in I got rejected from all 3 of them. And then I had cried so much that weekend, and when I went back to school, everyone was talking about UCs. Did you get in? No, I didn't. Did you? And that was that. I was sad. And then something crazy happened. So I was coming back from a swim meet. It was around 8 p.m. and this was the decision of that quote-unquote dream college that I set my eyes on. I wasn't too optimistic since I had been deferred earlier, and at this point I was just resigned. I wish I was one of those YouTubers who made those college decision videos and they had gotten super surprised by an acceptance. And that really hadn't happened yet. I wasn't really surprised by any acceptances. I just expected them, but not for this one.
Cause me and her don't make sense and it fucks me up. I'm still in love, but love sucks.
So yeah, I can now confirm that I got into my dream college. And that was so crazy for me. I could not believe it. I kid you not, I was crying for an hour after. That memory of opening up that decision was a flashbulb memory for me, which is a long-lasting memory about a shocking or emotion-driven state that happened. And the MO was to post it on your story. Tell all your friends. But in my mind, that's the last thing I wanted to do. It's hard not to compare yourself to your peers who get into these really nice universities. The biggest advice I have for jealousy and comparison is use it as inspiration or turn it into happiness for them. I usually get happy for my friends. At the end of the day, I'm super proud of my friends for working so hard and getting into university. But unfortunately, that isn't everyone's mindset. And also, I still felt the pressure of deciding on where to go next year, so I chose not to tell anyone other than family and a few close friends that I had until I was sure that I was going to be attending this university next year. And the next thing I have to say is that you are worthy regardless of whether you go to a quote-unquote prestigious university, and others are also worthy regardless of whether they go to a prestigious university. And in high school, it's really hard to see that. People think that it's so much of a bigger accomplishment of going to a UC than a state school. Trust me, I know. If I told people I was going to go to San Jose State University, they would definitely be happy, but not as happy as if I told them I was going to UCLA or something. Prestige doesn't define the accomplishment of getting into and going to college.
Rip me apart. I'm already scared to begin with.
Honestly, it's such a privilege to be able to go to university and be able to get a degree. In psychology, we learned about Mary Calkins. She was the first woman to study at the PhD level in psychology, but she was denied her degree because she wasn't a man. Think about how much we've evolved since then. Mary Calkins is one of the many women who changed academia and higher education for women, and we owe it to these women who allowed us to be able to take on higher education. So thank you, Mary Calkins, and all the other women who made this possible. So yeah, in next year fall, I will be going to the University of Southern California, my dream school, and it's such a full circle moment for me. From dreaming about it, scripting about it, and working for it, it happened. And yes, this was such a high reach for me, but the universe helped me. When you take aligned action, you'll be able to manifest your dreams. And if you're a junior, I really hope that you were able to resonate with some of what I said and apply it to your own mindset. Thank you guys so much for watching. Your support means the world to me, and please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.
Sway for a minute, the plane moves side to side.